now, Trinity? Morpheus. The Oracle. She told me
She told you exactly what you needed to hear. That's all. Neo, sooner or later you're going to realize, just as I did, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking.
All right. We're going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadas. Double honor to the Apostle of Great Millstone, our teachers, and salutations to the icon of teaching the truth of the folk on the urban children city, man. And this is the brother Manakia.
And the brother Yesharia.
And, man, this is a quick lesson, man, through the spirit. What you just seen was a scene from The Matrix, man. And Morpheus told Neo it's a difference from knowing the path and walking the path, man. And that's basically going to, do you believe, man? And do you really believe in this truth, man? Because Neo, if you seen Neo, The Matrix is a very spiritual movie, man. Neo had to what? Really believe in that he was the one. Guess what? We have to really believe and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai that we are part of his elect, man. Because guess what? The elect is what is going to do the works. Hey, because guess what? Hey, back when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, hey, them wicked scribes and Pharisees, they knew, they understood the point, but did they do it? That's why it's a difference from knowing the path, which they knew the law, but was they walking the path? They weren't walking it. They weren't keeping the laws and statute commandments, and that's the difference. That's what's going to separate the elect of the Lord, man. So without ado, we're gonna get in some scriptures, and Lord willing to be edified.
This is the book of James, chapter 2. Let me just read this verse 14 real quick. It says, "What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him?" So, man, can faith save you? And a lot of people say that they got faith. A lot of people say, yeah, I believe in God. A lot of people say they believe that they're Israelites. But, hey, guess what? Is there a promise? Hey, none of us promised to, well, we are if we're those righteous men, the righteous elect. But do we know that? No, not in this flesh. No, but what you got to do, man, you got to have faith, but you got to have works to go along with it, man. You know, it says, skipping down.
And that's the difference, man. And that's when you understand that you really believe, because you doing what's commanded, man. Because, hey, we know the kingdom of heaven is going to come. Oh, Salakia, brother.
No, you got it. No, I was
we know these things. It's true. But do you really believe these things is true? Do you believe that we can do these things? Do you really believe that the Lord is coming back, man? Because it's a difference from reading it, but really visualizing it, man. Because I can see it. Hey, we can really see the kingdom of heaven right around the corner, man. That's why we pushing harder and harder through Great Millstone and brother teaching the doctrine likewise. Because guess what? We believe in his work, man. Keep going.
Just keep reading now.
Yeah.
Verse 5.
Salakia. Jump down 17.
Verse 17 in James 2 says, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone.
Right. So you just can't have faith. You just can't have faith in this thing. Man, you got to have works too. Because guess what? That's when you really know you believe. When you doing and believing in what you're doing, man. That's when you know you're going to put your most effort, man. And to the truth.
Right, because like you just said, and then you can't just have works either. You know? So you can say, oh, I did 10 videos, or I went out and camped 2-3 times this week. But did you believe in what was being pushed out? Did you really believe that could have been your last day on earth? That this modern day Babylon could have been destroyed at that moment? You know, were you walking carefully, scarcely in your daily walk, man? to the Lord, really believing that, man, hey, this can crack today. So, hey, I gotta abide by the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of my ability, because this could be over with right now.
Hey, it's funny you said that, right? Because you can't have no doubt. Can you drop that real quick? You get the book of Matthews when the Lord doubted, when Peter doubted when he was walking on water.
Is it 5?
No.
No.
It's
Let me see.
damn, I believe it.
Hold on, I'll pull it up. I'll search it up.
Cause that was key. Cause they knew when the Lord came down, was walking on water. They knew how great he was, man. And Peter knew he can do it too. But what happened? It's a key thing, man. He started doubting. He didn't have to believe no more. He didn't believe, and it's believe that the Lord was gonna catch him, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yeah, it's Matthew 14. I was just spoken to be good for you. Should I start up? I'll start up right here at 26.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 26. It says, and when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a spirit," and they cried out for fear.
Mm-hmm. But
straightway Yahushua spake unto them, saying, "Be of good cheer. It is I, be not afraid."
Right.
And Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Come." And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. But when he saw the winds boisterous, he was afraid.
Right. And what's that wind? That wind talking about affliction, man. Spiritually, man. And that's what a lot of brothers come to the truth and forget. We gotta go through these things. So Rock 2 say what? Prepare our soul for temptations, man, that we gonna go through and be tried, man. So don't get shaken. Don't get your face shaken, man. Believe those things. Believe that the Lord got you. Believe that 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, man, that the Lord is gonna deliver you out of any temptation. It's not gonna be able tempt you above what you're not able to, man. You gotta believe those things, man. Because guess what? You're going to walk with boldness, man. That's why, you know what? When you get into the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, it's I wouldn't say a spirit of pride, but it's a spirit of confidence jump on you, man. And you start believing and understanding what you are involved in, man. But right here, Peter doubted. You can't doubt. Hey, the scriptures say what? Be fully and persuaded in our own mind, man. That this is what you want to do. Because at any time, hey, guess what? The Lord can try you and shake your understanding. But guess what? You got to be like, Lord, so what? I'm here. I'm holding on tight, man. Because I know this is going to be a bumpy ride. Keep going.
Says he was afraid and beginning to sink. He cried, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, "O thou of a little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt?"
Right, because he had little faith. He had little belief, just like Neo in that movie Matrix, man. It was a spiritual movie, man. Hey, the more and more he went through trial and tribulations, what? Trying to get Morpheus, fighting with the agents, man. He started to what? Starting believing himself. And guess what? He started what? Dodge bullets, revive himself, stop bullets, man. Hey, the scriptures say that what? We are the sons of the living power. We're gonna be able to do all those things, man. But you gotta first believe it. You gotta start within your mind. Keep going.
And when they were coming to the ship, the wind ceased. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, "Of a truth, thou art the Son of Yahweh."
Come on, that's it. And because they knew that the Lord was the ultimate power, man. Just like right now, we know who is the opening power. Yahweh Bashem Awashai, man. It's power in that name. We power that we gonna trust in him. Because guess what? We gonna do what he command us to do. Hey, what Paul say? Hey, Paul said, just don't be a Jew out. Let's get it. Romans the second chapter. Don't be just a Jew outwardly. Be a Jew inwardly. You gotta walk this thing, man. They say it's a difference from knowing the path, knowing what you gotta go through, and the difference was walking through the path and knowing, man, I got this, man. And that's the thing. Do you believe?
Yeah. It says, this is the book of Romans, chapter 2. I started at 12.
Wherever you want to start, bro.
I'm started at verse 11. It says, for there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law.
Mm-hmm.
And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. For not the hearers of the law are just before Yahweh, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
Okay.
Hey, and it's that simple, man. The Lord have no respect of persons, man. So, where there's no law, there's no sin. If you don't know, you don't know. You know? But if the Lord give you that wisdom, knowledge, that understanding of his word, of his will, what is required, what he want us as being Jews, Israelites to do, man. We have to act like Israelites, not heathens, man. So, man, and it's that simple, man. But he said we're gonna be judged by all our doings, whether they be good or bad. So, hey, man, if you know dang on right, you ain't supposed to be eating that pork, and you do it, hey, you're gonna get judged. You know you ain't supposed to be smoking that blunt, that square, hey, man, you're gonna get judged, man.
Hey, that's the difference. Because people know that pork is bad, right? Hey, just like Morpheus said, hey, it's a difference from knowing it and walking it. Hey, we know if we eat that pork, what the Lord gonna do. We believe that the Lord gonna jack us up. These people don't believe that. And that's the difference. They know it's bad, but guess what? They still do it.
Yeah, because it's satisfying to the flesh.
That's right.
And that's why a lot of people do, and that's why a lot of us, man. That's why we got to fight that flesh daily, man. Right. Hey, every minute. Hey, because, man, man, thoughts come to your head, man. Hey, you still in the flesh. Thoughts will come to your head and make you think that something's right. But, hey, man, you got to go back to the law. You got to go back to the foundation, man.
That's right. You can keep going. Something else.
Yes.
You got more.
For when Gentiles. Verse 14 says, for when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves.
Right. And these Gentiles is talking about Israelite foreigners, man. It's not talking about the heathens, because the heathens can't keep the law, man. So read it again for them.
It says, for when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law.
By nature, man. Meaning that they already knew in their mind that they was going to do. Because guess what? When you read Romans, I believe, the 10th chapter, said what they have a form of knowledge. They actually get it real quick. A zeal for the knowledge. Get Romans 10th chapter. The first verse.
Something like that.
I always butcher it, man.
This is Romans chapter 10. I start at verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh.
A zeal for Yahweh, meaning what? What Romans 2 just said. Keep going.
But not according to knowledge.
Now jump back to the Romans 2. Because they have a zeal. The Gentiles have what?
A zeal. It says, for when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature
the zeal.
Do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what it is. Like, and that's why a lot of people, that's why, like the elder was just saying today in the sit down, you know, hey, that's why after 2 admonitions reject, because hey, if the spirit is on them, hey, he's not going to reject the truth. You know, if the spirit is dealing with him, he going to, you know, and then even if he reject it, but, you know, he might come back. You never know. But at that moment, you have to reject it, man, because, hey, you never know. A demon can hop off, you know, because he doing what he know about nature. And let's go off. And that's, no, I'm finna smoke this scrub. No, I'm finna eat this pork. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. It's good to me. And they try to excuse it. And they try to, with Samson here, dreadlocks. Man, like, you know, they try to make excuse for everything that they do wrong, man.
That's true. Because guess what? That's why it's a difference from knowing the path and walking the path, man. Hey, the elect is gonna get right. The elect is gonna believe on these things and do what's acceptable to the Heavenly Father. There's more to that. If not, you can jump down to the inward parts.
To the inward parts.
A Jew.
Yeah. Con. This
And it's the key. This was gonna separate a lot of us, man. Cause guess what? A lot of Jake come in and be a Saturday Israelite, but on the weekdays, they being a fucking nigga, man. And that's not believing, man. If you're gonna believe, you're gonna do this thing 24/7. Every day you cutting yourself with the scriptures. Every thought. They say wisdom shall meet you in every thought, man. Every day every movie, everything you think upon, you using the scriptures, man. Like, damn, Lord, the Lord can fuck me up with this. The Lord can fuck me with that, because you believe the Lord. Hey, he said it, and his will shall be done. Baba Gushan Salaki.
Con. Man, I'm going to just start right here. At verse 24. For the name of Yahweh is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written. For circumcision verily profiteth, if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's coming into the knowledge and following the law, statutes, and commandments. But then when you break them, now, hey, you consider yourself uncircumcised, man. You can't say, oh, you're a follower of the Lord, but you're not following the Lord.
That's right.
You know? But it says, therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
Mm-hmm. And
shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee? Who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law? For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. And circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh.
And that's the key, man. Because this thing is of the Lord. And if you're gonna, if you believe in the Lord, you're gonna do what's commanded on a daily basis. Paul said, "What? I die daily." He's cutting the flesh off every day, man. They say the things that the flesh want to do, the spirit don't. The things the spirit want to do, the flesh don't want to do. So it's a constantly battle, man. And they say what? You got every day you have to examine yourself, man. Seeing what you can do better. Because you believe in this thing, man. You want to get right in the size of the Heavenly Father, man. You believe that you that man in the Lord. You believe that you that holy. You believe that you without guile. And that's the difference, man. It's a difference from knowing the path and walking the path, man. We have to believe that we are the men of the Lord. And if we're going to believe that we the men of the Lord, we're going to do what a man of the Lord is was supposed to do, man. Mm-hmm. And not be a nigga, not be a Jew just on Saturdays, but be a Jew inwardly, man, of the law. Because, of course, the law is about grace. We just about grace, but that don't mean not keep the law, man. Because we going to do what the Lord said we're going to do, man. And that's what? fear the Lord and keep His commandments, man.
That's right.
So, if you got something else, brother, unless you want to play that video again,
yeah, I
bro.
was gonna play it again.
That's all.
You started.
Neo, sooner or later you're going. She told you.
Morpheus. The Oracle. She told me.
She told you exactly what you needed to hear. That's all. Neo, sooner or later you're going to realize, just as I did, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking.
Hey, with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem, Kakadas.
Kakadas.
We hope that this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, shalom to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Most High's elect that's pushing this word with true sincerity and charity. Keep fighting Akim while Baba Ball.
And ball.